Hey everybody, welcome back to the VJF Golf Academy Lessons Under the Lights. My name is Vince Fraterangelo, Director of Instruction at the VJF Golf Academy, located here, Vantage Point Golf Center in Cordova, Tennessee. Today's lesson is going to focus on alignment. In my opinion, it is the most important part of preparing to hit a golf shot. If the alignment is incorrect, there is no way golfers can consistently hit shot after shot in any consistent form or fashion. So alignment is hugely important. And too many golfers don't practice this part of the game. Alignment is a skill just like any other part of the golf swing, and it needs to be practiced and it needs to be honed to perfection. So as you can see here, on the ground we have a couple of alignment sticks. These two alignment sticks are going to represent some lines down the fairway. For today's lesson, as you look out into the distance, you're going to see a red pole, a white pole with red stripes around it. That is going to be my target. And as you can see, I have a couple of my alignment sticks here, but they're not both pointing directly at the target, and there's a reason for that, and we're going to talk about that in a second. Think of these alignment lines as parallel lines. You know, in golf, there's a lot of geometry, and parallel lines are part of geometry, and parallel lines are an important part of alignment. So let's talk a little bit about that. The outside line, or the white stick, represents my target line. Target line is set up by the face of the club. And the orange line represents my body line, which really represents my feet, my knees, my hips, and my shoulders. That is your body line. And both of these lines have to travel down the fairway, parallel to one another. They never cross, parallel lines never cross. So as you can see by the alignment here, the only thing really pointing at the target is the white stick, the target line. The body actually does not point at the target. There's a big myth out there, and I know a lot of golfers that come through the academy, they have a misconception of alignment. They feel like their body needs to be pointed at the target. For example, many of you have probably done this, or you've seen this. Have you ever seen anybody get up to the golf ball and the first thing they do is they do this? Most golfers are trying to parallel their shoulders to the target. Okay, so what we have here is I have a representation of lines that are not parallel. This is what happens many times when you try to line up the body to the target, and then you try to swing to the target or create a target line pointing to the target. As you can clearly see, these clubs are not parallel, and this in turn typically causes an outside-in swing or over-the-top swing, which results many times in a slice, which we will talk about in a later lesson. We'll talk about how to fix the slice. But for now, alignment needs to be parallel lines down the fairway with the target line pointing at the target and the body line, as you can clearly see here, pointed just to the left of the target for us right-handed golfers. Okay, now that we've covered alignment and exactly what it's supposed to look like, how do we actually execute it? That's a great question, and it's not as easy as it looks because many times our eyes play tricks on us. So how do we create these lines to get us going where we want to go? Well, one of the things that I like to do is I like to use what's called spot alignment. You've maybe heard golfers use this on the greens for putting. I use it everywhere. And spot alignment is basically picking something directly between your ball and the target that's about 2 or 3 feet out in front of you, something that you can see very easy. For the sake of this demonstration, I'm going to put a tee in that spot. That is my intermediate target. So now when I go to line up, I am not going to look at the target that's 80, 90, 100, 150 yards down the fairway. I'm actually going to look at my intermediate target. Remember, if the intermediate target is between the ball and the target, then the intermediate target actually serves as a great way to line up. It's a lot closer to you, and the eyes don't tend to fool you that way. So you have your intermediate target, that's going to represent your target line. So when you get up to the ball, focus on the intermediate target. For most of you golfers out there, I'm sure a lot of you watch golf on TV. You watch those professionals, you've heard a lot about pre-shot routine, and all golfers have a pre-shot routine. That's a good thing to have. But when they act, and they're all different, but when they actually get up to the ball, every golfer does the same thing. And when you watch golf on Sunday or Saturday afternoon, watch how they actually step into the ball. They actually step into it, club first, feet second. You never want to step into a shot, feet first, club second. You work from the ball back to the body. So, with that being said, when I step up to the ball, I'm going to step up to the ball. I'm going to keep an eye on my intermediate target. I'm going to use the club face to set my target line. When I feel that I have that line set, I'm going to set my body, or my feet, which represents my body line. I've now created my parallel lines. I've done it by looking at my intermediate target. I haven't even picked my head up to look down the fairway, because this intermediate target actually represents where I want to go. So, now that I'm all set, I'm 100% sure that my alignment is correct. All right, let's give this a shot, see how it works. So I'm going to look at my intermediate target. I'm going to walk up. I'm going to keep my eyes focused on the intermediate target. I'm going to set my target line with my club face. When I'm happy with that, I'm going to set my body line with my feet. And from that point, we're going to give it a swing. See if we can't get it on the green. And there you go. There's alignment. One of the, if not the most important thing that you can do for your golf game is to work on your alignment every single time you go to the range, every single swing you take at the range. And by working on alignment, you'll start to see your shots go much straighter. Until next time here at the VJF Golf Academy, I'd like to thank you for tuning in. Stop back, because we're going to be adding more and more videos as the days and weeks come. Thanks.